Napoleon Bonaparte, a French general and emperor, is known as one of history's greatest military minds. How did a boy from a newly conquered island rise to conquer almost all of Europe? Born on August 15, 1769, on the island of Corsica, Napoleon was raised with a burning ambition. As a child, he loved to read about great leaders like Alexander the Great. His sharp memory, amazing intelligence, and a strong-willed nature made him stand out. At age 10, he was sent to a French military school. Because of his thick Corsican accent and small stature, he was often mocked. But Napoleon didn't care. He used hard work and discipline to prove them wrong. He graduated faster than most students, and at just 16, he became a second lieutenant in the French military. His career was unremarkable until the French Revolution began. In 1793, he famously recaptured the port city of Toulon from the British. 2 years later, he used his cannons to crush a revolt in Paris, making his name famous. By 1796, at just 26, Napoleon was put in charge of the French army in Italy. He shocked the world by defeating the Austrians, earning a reputation as a military genius. His ambition grew, and in 1798, he led a campaign to Egypt. Though he was defeated at sea by the British, his popularity back home only grew. In 1799, Napoleon returned to a chaotic France. He seized the moment, staging a coup d'etat that overthrew the government and made him first consul, the country's highest leader. From here, he began to control every part of the government. He brought stability to France by reforming the economy and creating a new set of laws, the Napoleonic Code. The French people saw him not just as a general, but as a leader who could give them peace. In 1804, Napoleon took the final step, crowning himself Emperor of France. At the ceremony, he famously took the crown from the Pope's hands and placed it on his own head, showing that his power came from himself alone. The Napoleonic Empire was born. For several years, Napoleon redrew the map of Europe, conquering nearly the entire continent. The Battle of Austerlitz in 1805 was a masterpiece of his military genius, but his immense ambition would lead to a fatal mistake. In 1812, he invaded Russia. It was a disaster. The brutal winter and Russia's scorched earth tactics destroyed his army. Of the hundreds of thousands of soldiers who marched with him, only a fraction returned. This was the beginning of his end. This great defeat was a turning point. Other European nations formed a coalition to finally stop him. The final blow came at the Battle of Leipzig in 1813, where Napoleon's army was crushed, forcing him to retreat. In 1814, Paris fell. Napoleon was forced to abdicate and was exiled to the island of Elba. But his ambition wasn't gone. He escaped, returned to France, and briefly retook power in a period known as the 100 Days. His final downfall came in 1815 at the Battle of Waterloo, where he was decisively defeated. He was then exiled to the remote island of St. Helena, where he lived out his final days, alone and far from the glory he once held. Napoleon's legacy lives on. His Napoleonic Code became the basis for modern civil law in many countries. The military strategies he developed are still studied today by generals around the world. He was not just an emperor, but one of history's greatest minds. This was...
Say, I am Napoleon. I am Emperor.